Casey,
Yes.
I've been doing some soul searching.
Okay. We're going deep.
We're going deep.
Wow.
I mean, not like real deep. Not like meaning of life, but meaning of business.
Okay.
So, I got targeted with an ad that kind of, at first glance, flew in the face of a lot of what we preach and practice in our agency. Because we have the patient value journey, which is like, 8-step process, takes people from awareness to promotion, that kind of deal.
Yeah.
And this guy's just throwing up bottom of funnel ads, make an appointment now. And it's working for him.
Sure.
Working really well for
It
him.
100% can work.
And it's working really well for his clients.
Yep.
And so it kind of made me take a step back and say, are we making this thing way too complicated?
It's a good question. Part of understanding the patient value journey is that there's a lot that happens there that's outside of marketing. It takes a look at the product itself, the product or service itself, and making sure that a business owner or a doctor has a plan for moving someone through the various treatment options, everything that they have, and so that's important. But in terms of overcomplicating it, I think maybe the way we communicate it is complicated. It's a lot to take in when you look at that patient value journey. Like if you see the diagram of it,
Yeah.
it's like, wow,
It's a lot.
This is a lot. This is a lot. This is a lot. But I think, and we probably fail as agencies. We talk about value journeys and funnels and all these things, and they kind of start sounding exciting. But if you boil it down, there's two big things to look at here. And the first is this: understanding your target market versus who's in the market. So target market would represent the whole piece of the pie. People like who are a good fit for your practice.
Yeah.
Right? There's that, and then there's people who are in the market. And that usually for most of our clients is going to be somewhere around 1 to 3% of the target market. It's a very small piece of the pie. And those ads that you are talking about, that's what you're talking about right there. That's it. And that's hugely effective. Yeah. Those are people who are searching right now.
They need a solution today.
They need a solution today.
Yeah.
And it could be because I've got back pain, or it could be I'm an athlete and I have a desire. But either way, you're talking about 1 to 3%. But what are you doing with the other 97%? That's where the patient value journey really comes into play.
Sure.
Is how do you talk to those people before they're in the market? The other thing that I think those kind of bottom of funnel, make an appointment now ads miss out on is that what happens when they become a patient? And I think what you're missing there is a key point. Like if you, the expression that was given to me many years ago when I started on this entrepreneurial journey was the fact that the cheapest customer you'll ever get is the one you already have.
That's right.
And so in terms of whether you're a chiropractor, a functional medicine doctor, any kind of health and wellness type provider, the cheapest patient you're ever going to get is the one you already have in terms of acquisition. And when we look at a practice, it's frequency and recency. So getting them to come back often, and when was the last time they came back? And so when we talk about our value journey, we don't stop at the moment they make their first appointment. We're doing whatever we can to keep that relationship developing. And we have seen what's really cool is that you see it too, because you do a lot of our social media. The community that develops around like wellness providers is like unparalleled in terms of medical and things like that.
That's true. That's something you really miss out on if you're not taking advantage of a larger strategy.
It's that whole journey. It's all the way to how do we talk to people before they're patients, because we've got to make them aware, and then how do we get that conversion where they become a patient, and then how do we nurture that relationship in such a way that they actually start promoting and advocating for us. We're getting the referrals, we're getting them engaging with our content on social media. I'll give you an example. So the Nextdoor app, I love it. I
love Best of Nextdoor.
Best of Nextdoor is funny. That's good for a wind down in the evening if you need a good laugh. But I really enjoy seeing that. So some of our clients are local. We work with chiropractors all over the place, but some are local. And so I love it when you see someone, say, hey, I'm looking for a chiropractor. Does anyone have a recommendation?
Yep.
And when I see a client's name on there, I love that.
Yeah.
Because you have now served that patient well, they're engaged with you, and they are now promoting you. They're advocating for you, and you're not doing anything. So you're generating new patients from your current patients. And so I love that. I think that's like the far end of the patient value journey and what it can do for a practice.
Powerful stuff.
It is.